Shamai! Lots of you have asked for this, so here we go. It's the comparison between the Kala solid body mini bass and the Flight solid body mini bass. So I bought the Kala a couple of months ago when I was in the Grand Northern Ukulele Festival, and Jude has very kindly lent me her Flight mini bass again because, as I said, loads of you wanted a comparison of this. The Kala, as of today, which is the 27th of August, hasn't officially been released yet. So in a way, I'm quite glad to get this comparison done before it's out. I'm not going to go through all the full specifications and features. Both of these basses have had full reviews. Go and check those out. But I do want to show you what is the same, what is different, and more importantly, how they sound. So the very first thing I am going to mention are the weights of these. Loads of comments and questions after I did the Kala review, because I did mention in that how heavy I thought this was. Obviously I didn't have this one here to have a really good comparison. Remember now, these are much, much heavier than electroacoustic bass ukuleles, but they are much, much lighter than bass guitars. There is a little difference in the weight, and I'll give you the exact weights in a moment, okay? But I don't want people thinking these are silly heavy. They're not. Let's crack on then. So, first of all, the Flight, retailing about €339 or about £299. The Kala, when it's released, will be retailing at about $350 or about £350. So price-wise, they are fairly similar. So overall length, the Flight is coming in at 84 centimetres or 33 inches, whereas the Kala is slightly longer, 85 centimetres or 33.5 inches, but really quite similar, whereas the scale is exactly the same on both of them, 23.5 inches or 60 centimetres from the nut down to the saddles. So the weight of them, I've tried to do this as scientifically as possible. I've had to use food scales because body scales don't pick up this kind of weight. So the Flight's weight, very roughly, is 2.48 kilograms or 5.7 pounds, and the Kala is slightly heavier at 2.85 kilograms or 6.4 pounds. So it is a little bit heavier, but as I said, they're both heavier than electroacoustics, but much, much lighter than bass guitars. Good for a workout, but the Kala is slightly heavier than the Flight. So the body woods, this has got a gorgeous quilted maple top, and the main body is a solid mahogany. You can see that there. Whereas we're not sure exactly what this is yet. It hasn't been released. If I had to take a guess, I would probably say maybe basswood, but there we are. You can see the backs of those now as well. Roasted maple neck on the Flight, maple neck on the Kala, and they're both bolt-on necks. Both got rosewood fretboards. We're looking at black hardware on the Kala and chrome hardware on the Flight, and they've both got a P-style configuration for the pickups. So as I said, there's lots of similarities between these two basses. They've both got a volume and a tone, which we will look at in a minute. They've both got hardtail fixed bridges, which means that they are both completely adjustable with intonation and action. They're both passive, they don't take batteries, they've both got 22 frets, and they've both got a width at the nut of 40 mil. They both have round wound strings. I've got to admit, I do actually prefer playing with flat wound, so I will be changing these out fairly soon. This is the only colour at the moment available for the flight. We know that there's going to be a tobacco burst, this one black and red for the Carla, with possibly some other colours available. We'll have to wait until they're out. Few people have asked if I'm going to be buying the flight. I probably will, yes. To be honest, I'm sort of waiting to see if they release it in any other colours. I bought the Magic Fluke Timber Base at the same time Jude bought this one. And of course, I've now got the Carla at the minute. But I'm not ruling out having the flight at some point in the future. So I'll quickly mention they both come with cases as well, a nice blue flight case. It's got handles at the side and a front pocket. The Carla is black, it's got a couple of pockets in the front, it's got side handles, and it has got a rucksack strap or shoulder strap at the back. In terms of quality, the Carla is a slightly nicer case, but they both fit and they both protect the bases really well. So the important bit, the sound demos. Now I'm quite used to playing the Carla, it's my bass, but I have been trying to play them quite a lot over the last week to get used to the flight as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I would say that the flight strings are a slightly lighter gauge than the Carla, just for your info. They are both going through my Gensler Head Amp 350 and Barefaced 110 cab. And I'm going to start off by looking at the tones. So just before we start the main sound demo, we've got volume and we've got tone. So this is what the tone is like on the two instruments. Roughly in the middle. And this is where I'll leave it now for the rest of the demos. So volume, tone is roughly in the middle at the minute. All the way up. And that's where I'll leave it then for the rest of the demos. So the sound demos are done. Always better to wear headphones or have decent speakers when you're listening to bass comparisons. You know, don't try and listen to something over a little phone speaker or a tablet, right? You really won't get a good sense of what these instruments really sound like. So lots of things similar, quite a few things different. Roughly about £350 or $350, roughly about €339 or £299. They are both lovely little mini basses, and of course these are much more similar to playing or sounding like a bass guitar than a double bass or a ukulele. People say bass ukulele, all right? I'm calling these mini basses, all right? But if you're a bass player who plays bass guitar and you fancy getting something a little bit smaller, maybe for traveling, or a little bit lighter because maybe you're getting old like me, seriously consider these. It's been great fun comparing these and playing the two instruments. They really are cracking little instruments. I'm not here to judge these though. I just want to show you guys what they sound and look like, how similar they are and how different they might be. I want to compare them to give you guys a fair choice, especially if some of you, and I know you are, looking at possibly buying the Kala and you're not sure. Flight Kala, Flight Kala. So, which is your favourite? Is it the Flight or is it the Kala? Leave your decision below. I'd be really looking forward to finding out what people really think and which one they prefer. Flight, I absolutely love this bass, but wow, wouldn't it be nice sort of fading from black to purple? Just saying. If you'd like to support me here, I do have a Patreon page. I'll leave a link in the description below, and a massive thank you to all my Patreons. You really are making a huge difference, I promise you. I do hope you've all enjoyed this video though, maybe found it useful. If you've got any comments or questions, please feel free, leave them below. Give us a like if you've enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos. Thank you for watching.